A couple of months ago I made a video about laserdiscs, with the main title featured in that one being Terminator 2 Judgment Day, which I've revisited to give myself a benchmark to compare to the discs in this video. This time I want to show you what I think is the best laserdisc release in my collection, and that is the Alien CAV NTSC box set, which contains the best extras disc ever issued for Alien. Now, before I go further, the travelling lines or flickering you'll see on screen are due to the single DLP projector, and it has this effect with all my cameras. Rest assured, it's not visible to the naked eye. But back to the film itself, which is on 2 discs over 4 sides. CAV constant angular velocity discs have a maximum running time of half an hour per side, but are so much more capable than the longer running CLV constant linear velocity discs, which are approximately just over an hour per side. The image quality of these discs is not something I've ever fully appreciated before, as I've never actually watched it before, and that is because I have it on film. Several copies of it on film now that I mention it. We bought this set in 1994 from the Virgin Megastore on Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles, and if the film itself isn't special enough, then the extras disc makes this the best home video release of Alien of all time as far as I'm concerned. The versatility and ease of use of the CAV LaserDisc format makes this such a pleasure to go through, and nothing since has matched it. A year or so ago I went through the whole 2 sides completely over about a week with sessions of up to an hour. Much of it is stepped through 1 frame at a time, but then video sections are reached and we're prompted to press play, whereupon a video section of archive material or on-set footage is displayed. Everything you need to know about Alien is in here, and it has a very special feel to it that makes me come back to it time and time again. I can't show more than glimpses of any disc in this video, but hopefully the glimpses I do show are accepted as being for illustrative and informative purposes only. I don't really want to infringe any copyrights if possible. There is so much information contained on this special disc, but the ease of navigation makes it more like an interactive book. It would be possible to recreate it on a computer, but then you'd be working on a computer, and if you're like me and you've spent half your life on computers, then it's nice to get off them and relax with something different. The laserdisc player I'm using for this is a Pioneer CLD D925, thanks to my fellow film collector colleague Noel Pratt. It is quite surprisingly different to my CLD 1750 model, and the main reason for wanting to use it is the AC3 Dolby Digital sound output. Fortunately, both my Pioneer THX amps are compatible, as they both have AC3 RF input, but I doubt anything today is being manufactured with that capability, so the purchase of a separate modulator would be required, and that is something to bear in mind, as it will add rather significantly to the cost. The 925 is evidently doing more image processing than the 1750. The 925 works beautifully on better discs, but so far has made a bit of a mess of lesser discs. No doubt some clever people out there with more knowledge than I will offer some pointers. This special Alien CAV NTSC box set was issued in 1992 or 1993 after the similar Aliens CAV box set. Perhaps that Alien set is one I'll feature in another possible future video, but neither of them come with AC3 sound, which was introduced to the Laserdisc format sometime in 1994, if I remember correctly. The disc I really wanted to hear in AC3 is Twister. Whoa, what a soundtrack this is. Unfortunately, the 925 player struggles with the image on this one at times, whereas the 1750 doesn't. Maybe I'll have to track down the CAV issue of this title, as this copy is the standard CLV disc. What a shame. Until then, this one looks best from the 1750 player. I briefly looked at Stargate in the last LaserDisc video. Stargate also suffers in places from video noise, but Side 3 is CAV and is much better. It's not the best looking NTSC release, but what a great fun film. And both the Dolby Stereo and the AC3 Dolby Digital tracks are impressive. Disc 1, Side 1 and 2 in CLV again look preferable from the 1750 player. Breakdown received many plaudits recently following its 4K UHD release. The transfer was universally praised, but the most cursory look at this LaserDisc proves it wasn't the transfer, as clearly it was a very good looking film right from the start, and not only has it got great image quality, the AC3 sound is brilliant too. Tombstone is a PAL disc and always looked impressive. It doesn't, however, look quite so impressive projected 10 feet wide. The 925 player exacerbates the video noise once again in places, whereas the 1750 does not. Last Action Hero is another PAL disc that doesn't look quite as good on the 925 as it does on the 1750, but is still pretty good though, and what a wonderful gatefold presentation this particular double disc LaserDisc is. It's been an interesting process going through these discs and seeing the variable results dependent on the player used. Perhaps the even later Pioneer Champagne Gold series of players would give consistently better results. Now there's another expense coming. After I'd looked at Alien extensively, I then played some of Side 2 of my original Aliens NTSC LaserDisc. I only purchased this to re-record my Super 8 feature print, and that is why that film has such wonderful stereo sound. I think some will be interested to know that this Aliens LaserDisc is 1.33:1 aspect ratio. I'm not sure if it's full width, but it looks to me like it could be. There does seem to be a lot of headroom, so it may be open matte, although 35mm is slightly taller in full frame, so it's probably not fully open matte. It's been quite an adventure revisiting these LaserDiscs. Yes, there have been ups and downs with the variable image quality, but I expect some tips and advice will come in from people more experienced than I. A suitable line doubler perhaps. That Alien box set is truly special, and with a little tweaking to rein in the brightness, I'm sure I could have that looking like a reasonably good film print. It's truly surprising how good this LaserDisc is, and actually superior to that rather fabulous Terminator 2 PAL disc as featured in my last video. If this video does okay, then I'll repeat this process again, and I think that Aliens box set, the special CAV NTSC Aliens box set, the precursor to this Alien set, will be the main focus of that video. We'll see. So until the next video, bye bye for now.